Hello. So shout out to Vazzy for this video suggestion. He wanted me to basically go over all the dragons and how you get their frags, how you get their eggs, the most efficient ways to farm them. So I'm going to try to break it down. I'm going to go through, probably spend most of my time here. I'm going to go through and show how you get pretty much everything. I have 3 pages of stuff written down to like go over. So I'm going to try to go through all that. And then at the end of it, I'll have like a little compilation of me showing each dragon. I'll have like timestamps to everything, so if you want to skip to a certain dragon, how you farm it, you want to see how they look, skip to the end part where it'll show like Starfire showcase, something like that as like an example. So that's how it's going to be broken up for the most part. Otherwise, I'm going to try to give tips. I'm going to try to show like everything I can to make it easiest, and then try to break it down like the most new player friendly, which dragons you should ignore until endgame, and then you know, that kind of stuff. So for the most part, let's get into it, I suppose. Alright, so let's move on to the Souls Dragons. So for these, you need, for a few of them, it's a little bit different. These are all going to be in your badges, so if you're curious, check those out, see your progress, check your badges. Ignore this one doesn't, it's not part of this. Same with Golden Horde, that's a Luxion Dragon, which I'll go over later. But Azulian, you only need 40, then you get the bonus stats. Neon, it's 100. Ancient, it's 100. Moonwing, you'll need 75. And then same with Bone, 75. Winter, 75. And Starlight, only 75. Obviously, you should get the full 100 to get the 350 Mastery. That's a huge bonus, especially early game. That's massive. But you only really have to get the 75 if you want the stats. I wouldn't really pay too much mind to the stats you're getting. Just know you're getting a lot of magic find. Some dragons will give you jump, some will give you attack speed. So if you're trying to get those stats in particular, like jump and attack speed, you can, but I wouldn't really hunt just those dragons unless they're easy ones. Otherwise, the Souls Dragons are pretty straightforward, honestly. Like, they're all 400 dragons, 400 token coin dragons, I should say, I guess. But otherwise, for the other ones, that you only need 75, that's a little bit less. But I'd still get the full 100. And then Dragon Egg ones, so Lorekeeper is really annoying. You have to buy it from Luxion or MP if people have bought it. About $1 mil, so yeah, 1 million flux to get that dragon. So you might want to wait until Luxion has it, and then the price will go down. Otherwise, you could even spend your dragon coins, but if you're trying to get dragons, you're probably not going to spend your dragon coins on the frags from Luxion, so just wait till he's selling it. People sell them pretty cheap. Grab it done. Valiant, honestly, ignore this dragon till late game. The seed feed, 5,000, plus another 1,600, and then 3 Corkies. Corkies aren't cheap, so I'd ignore that dragon until late game or mid game. Pretty expensive. Lightning is another one you should ignore, just because of the plasmic solution. That's just so annoying to garden 10,000 of it. So, and then 3,000 bottles, that's also not cheap. So, ignore that dragon till later too, but that's how you get the lightning. Now these 2 dragons. These you shouldn't go for until late game, honestly. Just because their vaults are pretty expensive to craft with the Despoiled Divinity and your Diamond Dragonite, unless you have all 3 of your Primordial Dragons and all your Chaos Cores. Like, you're going to shoot through all this stuff, which sucks. But that's how you get those fragments. They drop from those pretty rarely. They're not pretty rarely, pretty commonly actually, but you have these 2 dragons, and then you have a dragon that takes both of them. Wherever it is it here? It is the twin-headed, and then you have each of them, which there's another 12 Despoiled Divinity. So I'd get all the Divinity costumes first, and then go for these. So that's those 2 dragons. Draco, this is a lot easier to get during Halloween, just because pumpkins drop from a cache that drops during Halloween, and pumpkins will be cheaper to get. So I'd wait until Halloween to get this one, but if you want, you can buy that egg off the market. Probably won't be too expensive. Not dark. Drake. Let's see, 1.6. Never mind, it's pretty expensive. I'd wait till Halloween, honestly. But if you're just been looking for a dragon to get, you can get that one. Joyous, this one you have to wait till Christmas just because the way Shadiel Shards, they take a bunch of your snowflake stuff that you can only get during Christmas. So you do have to wait unless you want to buy one. That's another one that's tradable. Joyous, 400k, that's pretty cheap, honestly. And then you just have to craft the dragon. But otherwise, it's pretty easy to craft on Christmas, so I'd just wait till then, personally. The chestnuts might be the only annoying thing. Furious. This is a really annoying dragon just because you have to play Bomber to get it. And if you can't load into Bomber, well, that's an issue. So there's that. But there's also the daily challenge. There's a daily coin challenge in the hub at the Bomber Royale guy. If you pick that up and you complete it, you'll get 1 fragment each time. And if you do your tome, which gives you your bomb coin, this will count towards that and complete it, so you'll get 1 fragment every time you fill this up. Otherwise, you'll just have to fill this up and buy the frags, honestly. Which, it's kind of a nightmare. But if you can't load into Bomber, you gotta do what you gotta do to get the dragons, really. Stained, something you should wait till way late game. It's from Sundered 5 stars. Killing the boss has a chance to drop 1, or 2, or 3. And then when you open the chest, you get the same 1, 2, or 3. So that's something you should wait, especially with the Phoenix motes. Phoenix motes are also a nightmare to get. Save that. If you want this one's pretty annoying to get as well. It's from Candoria. When I was hardcore farming this one, I had more luck getting it from like killing world bosses in Candoria, especially the candy dragons. They would drop them pretty oftenly, but you just don't get many at a time, and they don't drop very often. So I'm pretty sure U11 does affect the drop rate, or not U11, but like U9, U10, U11. Those affect the drop rates compared to like going into U2 Candoria. So Foraged and Irradiant, these two are kind of on the same level. Foraged, you need to buy a certain buff. One of these two over here, these 2 benches. The first one was this one, which when you go fight Ashen Devourers, you will have a chance to, not have a chance, but when you kill one, basically this will make them grow empowered, and then they'll drop guaranteed frags. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. And this one, same thing for that dragon. You just have to fight a different enemy, which is the big flowers. They'll have a chance to drop like a claw guy, and if you kill him, he will drop the fragments, not the flowers themselves. So you kind of have to pick between those two, whichever one you did. I did the flowers, but I think the empowers are more easier to find, or the devours, not empowers. And this one, the Radiant Sky Giants, they are in the top side. Those two, the other two are in the bottom side. These are in the top side of Sundered. They're like the invaders that drop down on your head. It looks like this picture right here. Otherwise, they have like a hammer in their hand. So that's what you're looking for if you buy that buff. And that's how you get those 2 dragons. Let's see what's next. Aquarian. So Aquarian, this one you can only get from fishing in pools of water. This one's pretty easy to get. The only problem is the 100 scales. So that's gonna be really annoying to get. But you can do that dragon pretty much whenever. Then Caprian. So Caprian's really annoying. You have to get frags from Murkwater. You have to get them from the Celestial, from the Star Chart, and the Pond of Power. There's 3 in each of those. So this dragon's just something you should save until, I don't know. I'm gonna start with down here and then work my way up. So Murkwater, he sells 3. Pool of Power, or Pond of Power, there's I don't know exactly where all spots. There's 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, okay. And then you have to come all the way up here. The Celestial, he sells 3. Not fun. 7.5k per for 3 of them. That is really annoying. Let me turn my phone silent, sorry about that. And then there's 3 randomly spread out here. I don't know where any of the ones in here are. But you'd have to find those somewhere. I was hoping I'd be able to remember where one is, but I really don't know. Yeah. I don't know. There's 3 in here somewhere, but you just have to look around until you find them, I guess. Kind of wish it was more easier to see. Okay, I'm not gonna waste any more time, but it's in there. There's 3 in there, 3 there, and then that's how you get your 12 from those NPCs. So that's gonna be how you get all the eggs. Next, it'll be the hatched ones. All right, for hatched dragons, the first 3 are pretty straightforward. Lunar New Year, Dusk, and Siege. Those are all from the store. So you just go over your dragons. They each cost 10k credits or cubits each. Sorry, and they're all right here at the bottom. So those ones are pretty easy to get, pretty straightforward. One thing I don't know about Lunar is right here it shows it gives us stats: 1000 max health, 1% crit, and then the magic find. And then if you go to your badges, it also shows that. So I don't know if you get it twice or if it's just in 2 different places and you only get it once, but something to keep in mind. Is Infineon, or Infineon. Yeah, Infineon, sorry. This one is from Shadow Caches. It's a pretty rare drop, honestly, but if you want to see the rates on it, I've opened thousands on my channel way back before I was actually making real videos, so if you want to check that out, you can. If you want to see the rates, Infineon. This one you can buy for around 100k normally. There was one for 120. Oh, there it is. I passed it. Yeah, so 120. That's pretty decent. Otherwise, just open them till you get it if you're not hunting it really. But it's a pretty simple dragon to get, honestly. Pinata, I'm sure everyone knows how to get the Pinata one. It's a rare drop from breaking Pinatas open, but it drops very commonly, so don't have one, just buy it for 7k. Cheap, very cheap. Very simple to get. Draco, I'd save this for Halloween just because of the pumpkin cost when crafting the egg, but if you just buy the egg, it's not too bad. Drake, let's see, this one's like 1.7, so it's pretty expensive. It'll drop a ton when Halloween's around, so I'd personally wait until it's out. But otherwise, pretty simple crafting recipe. Inora is a Wisdom Dragon egg. This is from Trove Wonders. Not Trove Wonders, but the Trove Wonder boat. When you use your Fragments of Wonder, all the way at the bottom you can buy this egg. It is tradable, so you can buy it. Otherwise, it costs like 10k for eggs. Otherwise, super cheap. Was my mind? What was it called? Yeah, Wisdom. Okay. Thought I was typing in the wrong one. Wisdom. Let's see. 50. You can usually get it for like 50k. Yeah, 50. That's pretty cheap. So, very simple dragon to get. Very easy to get. And doesn't have a crazy crafting recipe, honestly. Worldspring, not too much to talk about. You can only get this during Sunfest, so you're gonna have to wait, sadly. This one, Joyous. This is from Christmas. Again, to craft the egg, you need the the snowflakes. So you're either gonna have to buy the egg for like 400k, or wait until it's out. Yeah, 400k. Otherwise, you're just gonna wait till Christmas is out and it'll drop in price and be pretty easy to craft, honestly. Otherwise, chestnuts might be annoying. Lorekeeper, this one is again from Luxion. Otherwise, you can buy the frags off market. It's about $1 mil for the dragon. Lore, $1 mil, so something to keep in mind. Valiant, honestly, just save this till late game. It's so expensive that you can do so much more with that flux early game, including getting different dragons. So, I'd wait personally to get that one. Lightning, pretty straightforward. The meteorite fragments might be annoying, but you can just get that from going to Jurassic Jungle, and then in the top side where it's like a roofed forest basically on the top of those trees where all the pterodactyls are. There's lots of meteorite fragments scattered around that you can get. Sounds pretty easy to get. These 3, again, I'd wait until you have all of your Dispel Divinity costumes, and then I'd even get the Moonlit Moose mount. Jeez, I can't speak. Moonlit Moose dragon. I'd get this one first, personally, but if you want to get these ones, I'd just wait till you have all the costumes for all that mastery. This one only costs 50 coins, pretty cheap, but then you have the factor of getting the frags for the egg, which all depends if you can get into Bomber, if other people are playing Bomber, so this one kind of is annoying. just save until your late game, end game. It's really annoying to get all the Phoenix Motes, all the Stained fragments. It takes forever. Just let them passively build up while you're running your Sundered 5 stars. I wouldn't really hunt this one. The souls are really annoying. You get them from killing enemies in top side or bottom side. Ashen are from the underside. If you kill enemies and they drop their trophy, you can compost the trophy and you'll get the souls. And then the top side you'll get the Irradiant if you get their trophies. Puffed. This one you can really get whenever. It's just annoying because it takes a while, but just farm Candoria, kill the world bosses, kill the candy dragons. It's not that bad. Uber does affect this one, so go like U9, U10, U11, and farm there if you find Candoria. This one, the Foraged. Let me go to my club to show that one. This one you have to craft this one and the next one you have to craft a special buff for, and then you go hunt a certain enemy and they will drop it. Let's see. So you're gonna want these benches, which I'm sure you'll just have a bunch randomly from this one, and then wherever the other ones are, I don't see them, but right there, 31, and then there's a third bench somewhere. But these are 3 benches. So these 2 are for the bottom side, and there's only 1 for the top side of Sundered. So this one you buy this buff and you go hunt the flowers, and they'll have a chance to drop a Thresher, which you kill that and it'll drop the fragments. So you have to kill the flower, kill the Thresher inside the flower, which isn't always there, so that one can be annoying. Otherwise, Devourers, it's like a crab guy. I'll show after these, like a pic. I'll show like each of them, I guess, just so that you know what you're hunting for, really. But that's the Thresher, and then this one, it's like a Sky Golem. It's like the invaders that drop on the top side. The other 2 are bottom side. This one's top side, and has a little hammer in his hand. So again, I'll show all 3 of those at a certain point. If I put it somewhere else, just skip to that part if you're curious to see what they look like. And then after that we have, okay, well for this one you also need 50 motes, which can be really annoying, and then again you need 50 souls of each for the 2 dragons, so more annoying stuff. Aquarian, this one's pretty simple. You just need the scales of the depths, which is really annoying. 100 is super expensive, and to go fish 100 rares that are with the Murkwater, it's just annoying. Otherwise the frags are really easy to get. Caprian, another super annoying dragon. Let me go back to the hub to show that one. You have to buy 3 from the Celestial, 3 from Merc, and then 3 from the Star Chart, and 3 from the Pond of Power. So we'll start with Star Chart. I don't know where they are in here. Those that show exactly where, you'll just have to look around until you find them, I guess. But there should be 3 in here somewhere. If I knew where one was, I'd just show it, but either I'm blind or I just don't see it. But there's 3 in there. 3 right here. These ones are really expensive. Then down here from Merc, there's 3 for the same price, but for these instead. Also really expensive. And then in here, there's 1 right here. There's this one, and then there's 1 right here. So that dragon can be annoying, but that's how you get the 12. There's 3 in each of the NPCs. So next I'm gonna show the fragment ones. Alright, for the fragment ones, this is where, like, if I say there's a delve strat, just skip to that part if you want to see it. Otherwise, like, Cami, Spider, and then the Bee Dragon and Hex. Those ones are better to do that strat on, but otherwise, if you're not worried about it, just ignore it. But for this one, these are just from killing enemies in Neon City. Otherwise, if you go to Shadow Shard farms, they drop pretty commonly there too, so it's also something to keep in mind. If you're doing that, you can multitask, get your Shadow Shards, your Crystals, and get the frags. For Blackbeard, for Draco, or not Draco, for Chocolate Dragon, and then for Deep Sea Dragon, these 3 are really simple. This one's from Treasure Isles in Drowned Worlds. It'll be on the islands with like palm trees and rocks. They're pretty common, you'll find them. All 3 of these have like hidden dungeons, which I'll show a clip of each of those if you want. You can skip to that part. The Candy Drag, those are from Candoria. You'll find them on the surface like everywhere normally. Deep Sea Dragons, these are in Lost Isles, I think it's called, or Open Seas, one of those 2. I think it's Open Seas actually. But Drowned Worlds with just no icon in the water, they'll be down on the ocean. A command you can do that's pretty nice is /shader complexity 0. This command turns your water pretty much invisible. Not really, but it's just like it makes it so much clearer and easier to see everything. I've had this command done since, I don't even know, years. This one doesn't turn off when you log out, so if you want it back on, type shader complexity 1. It's just an on-off command. That's what lava looks like with it. And here's water with it. It just reflects a lot more. And turn it off again. Just clear, super clear. So that makes deep sea easier to find, honestly. Okay, Block Dragon. These are rare drops from adventure chests. I'm sure you see people pulling them all the time. They are tradable, so if you want to buy them, usually around 50k. 100. These are crazy expensive. They usually drop to like 50, sometimes 70. So if you're looking, that's what I'd look for personally. Let's see, Iridescent. This one's just from Infineon ore. So as you're doing your weekly leaderboard for Infineon, just mine it all and you'll get the dragon really easily. That one's a super simple one to get, and the frags are really common. Spinner, this is the first one where you'll actually want to use the delve strat, honestly, which I'll show again later points, so just skip to that if you're curious about it. Otherwise, you just kill spiders. I did it back when it was 5 fragments in Medieval Highlands, and they were super rare. It took me like 12 hours to get the 5 fragments. They were a lot. It was such a horrible drop chance back when that was how you farmed them. But just kill spiders or use a delve strat. Floral, this one's from breaking sunlight bulbs. Pretty easy to get. I wouldn't worry about this one too much, honestly. Pretty straightforward, and you'll get that one super easily. This one, this is from Bobble Pods, which you get from gardening, and it can be annoying to get if you can't find parties to get into, but if you can do a party, you'll get a lot. That's why I have so many, because I've done a lot of parties with friends. Otherwise, if you throw them on Fridays, you'll get more. Preserver, this one you just go to Jurassic Jungle, kill all the dino enemies, so don't kill the guys with clubs in their hands. I don't think they can. You can still kill them, but I don't think they drop any. And then the recipe dungeons, they don't drop any, so something to keep in mind. Voidwatcher, this one is from Shadow Caches as well. It's like a Karma or just a rare. You'll get those or Hearts of Darkness, so if you want to see the rates on those, you can go check out the Shadow Caches videos I have as well. But this one's pretty straightforward and pretty easy. Ice Dragon is pretty annoying. You just go mine glacial shards. The drop chance is really, it's pretty bad, but by the time you get all 3,000 glacial shards, you'll probably have the 100, or you'll probably have the glacial shards before you get the 100, honestly. But I've heard a lot of people struggle with this one just because it takes so long. This one you just have to buy with Dispel Divinity. Pretty straightforward, just time gated, which sucks. Bubble Dragon's pretty easy. Just get the frags from fishing in non-pools. They drop pretty commonly. Blocktron, I'm going to show Blocktron and Tempest real quick. This one you actually have to go to a club. I'm just going to go Flux, I know where theirs is. But they cost 12,000 venturing each frag, and you need 5 for each dragon, so you need 10. So it's pretty expensive. But you have to find this NPC in one of your clubs. You walk up to it, and I'm right here. 12k, so you need 120,000 to buy all 10 of them. So that's where you buy both of those dragons. That's how you get both of those. Very simple, very straightforward. Let me go over to their dragon bench. Fragment. Alright, so Starfire, honestly, just never farm for this. This is the one dragon you're going to want to effigy 100%. In my entire time playing, I only have 46, so it's the drops are pretty bad. Otherwise, you get the fragments from killing world bosses, and I've had a few drop from Delve Vault chests, so I don't know if it's from that or from me killing the boss and not realizing it, but I think I've gotten them from the vault itself. So something to keep in mind, but unless you're crazy enough to go farm this, just ignore this dragon. Golden Vale, this one's really simple. This is just from mining Crystallized Cloud in Cursed Skylands, and they drop super commonly, so this is one of the easiest ones to get. The only issue might be the sunlight bulbs. And then again, Tempest, this one's pretty straightforward. Same with Blocktron. The bee dragon, this one you're going to want to use a delve strat too, honestly. Otherwise you just go kill bees. Bees are just, they don't drop it very often, they're really annoying to find. So definitely check out the delve strat for that one. Sandseasower, this one is for mining ore in geotopside, so just go mine your Viridium, your Nitro, and as you're doing it, you'll just build all these up, so pretty easy. Those don't drop pretty often. Chaos, these are from Corruption, who comes every other week. Whenever Luxion's here, he'll be here next week, and then they rotate. So that's how you get those ones. It's time gated, so grab them while you can. You can only buy like 10 a week, I think, and they cost your Chaos cores, so just try to get them whenever you're able to. Hexed. Hexed is from Delves. You have to be in Imperium, Imperia, or Neon Underground, which are both Delve floors, which have lots of Neon enemies. But you can only get this dragon in Delves. This is another one you can use a strat for, but you don't need to use a Delve strat for. But I personally would. Otherwise you're just going to be trying to find floors with it, and it's going to be a nightmare. Ironclad. Ironclad frags are from Volcanic Vaults, which are these portals right here. Once you put this portal down, every single floor will be Volcanic Vaults, so you can just go to a low floor and then just run through on like a Tomb Raiser or something that kills everything. Pretty sure it's pretty simple, it's pretty straightforward. These portals drop from either Dragonfire Peaks or Igneous. I don't know which one of the two, but one of those two drop it, and it's pretty common, so yeah, very easy dragon to get. Egg fragments are super simple. You just do dungeons and Cursed Skylands, and they drop like crazy. This is probably the freest dragon in the game, honestly. This one, well, these two together, they drop from Neon Lesser Caches, which are from ramps. So you have to go do your ramps whenever it's hourly challenge, and then you'll get these at the end once you kill 6. And it's not fun. I think a rare you can get is 25, otherwise you'll get like 5 or 1 or 3, something like that. But these take a while to get, and they're pretty annoying. Dragonscale, these are just from killing any enemy in Forbidden Spires. So just go there, just kill all the enemies, especially on like on a Friday. It'll save you so much time. But this one doesn't take any dragon coins, so this one you should definitely get right away. And then might as well get your Phoenix while you're there as well. It's in the Forbidden Spires bench, so get those two. Those are super free. This one is super pay to win. From all the big nodes in the star chart, you'll get one of these fragments. So save this one till way later, end game. Once you're actually going to max out your star chart, it's a pain and I still don't have it. Next is Primordials. So for the last two dragons, I forgot to even go over Alburn and Fortress. They do give permanent stats, so they are something to look for. They don't cost any dragon coins, but they can be pretty pricey. But 140k is not too bad for Alburn. And for Fortress, probably around the same price, 150. Yeah, pretty cheap. So, pretty easy dragons also get for your free mastery. So, something to look forward to. Next are the Primordials. These ones are pretty straightforward. These are what you should prioritize and get first. But for Diamond Dragon Eggs, you just need the Diamond Dragonite, which is from doing your star bar. So just let it passively fill up until you have enough, and then craft these. They give you power rank bonuses to all of your gems of that color. So all your blue gems will get bonuses, all your air gems, and then all your fire gems. So these ones are very important to get. It's just getting your Diamond Dragonite can be really annoying. Otherwise, water, when you shoot it, it'll shoot out little water pools wherever the fireball lands. This one lets you glide faster, and then this one just lets you shoot really fast. So this one can be nice for farming ores or anything, which people don't really use too much anymore, but it's an option. And then there's two kind of hidden dragons, I guess. You have I'm losing my brain. This one, Dizion, which sadly you can only get from, it's free in the shop once you make a real world pack purchase or something like that, I think it said. I actually had to look this up because I couldn't remember how you get it. Otherwise you have to refer 30 friends, and they all have to reach mastery 20. So yeah, if you're free to play, I don't see how you're gonna get this dragon, which it gives stats, but at least it doesn't give any mastery. It does get power rank though, so it sucks, honestly. And then the other dragon is Valkazar. Where is he? Was it in here? No. I'm blind, I didn't see it. Oh, I don't have it favorited, that's why. I had uncollected, there we go. Sorry. Okay. My brain is actually melting. Oh, it is in Ancestral Pass, okay. Velkartzer, this one, the Dragon Mag Rider. It's a mastery one. You have to reach mastery 700 and you'll get this. Nothing too special about it. Doesn't give any stats or anything, but I thought to include it because it is a dragon. So those are the two like weird random ones that you can get, the two special ones. So something to keep in mind. And then next I'm gonna go over the Delve Strat. Show the enemies for these little boxes, and show all the dragons at the end. So see you there. So here's kind of how the Delve Strat works. We're gonna come in and select this floor. This is Imperia, so this will count for the Hex Dragon. And it has a lot of enemies, so it works well. Just go in, kill them all. Don't kill the boss at the end though. Just run through. Since it's an early floor, it's a challenge delve. Make sure you start a challenge delve. So basically how it works is you start a challenge delve. You just go through it until you find a floor that you're looking for. So if you're looking for spiders, find a floor with a lot of spiders. If you're looking for Hex Dragon, look for an Imperia or Neon Underground. And then just walk through the floor. If you're looking for a bee floor, for the bee dragon, look for bees. If you're looking for spiders, look for spiders. If you're trying to multitask, right here, your spiders. And it's Imperia, so there's a spinner frag. Otherwise, you'll be getting your Hex and your spinner at the same time if you find a floor like this. There's not a ton of spiders, so if you're trying to hunt spinner, I'd find a different floor, honestly. But basically, just come in, kill them all, and then once you get to the end boss, just leave, and then throw down one of the other ports that like put you back at your last depth. So a challenge mode instead of an easy. And then you'll always be at this floor, which will help you basically, it'll help you repeat farm so you have like no downtime. Go through, kill the floor, leave, come back in. Every single time will be Imperia, just because you're not completing it. There's a Hex frag. This isn't Friday, but this is a Thursday, so I'm not getting a lot of frags, but it's fine if you walk in here, just don't complete the objective, don't kill the boss. And yeah. So, one of each frag from that. And then just go back to your club, put down another portal, one of the challenge ones, and you're fine. So if you're looking for Hex, do it. Bee or Spinner, those three primarily. Otherwise, like Cami for Shadow Shard farms, that's also doing this. You just go find a Shadow Shard floor, and then yeah, just don't complete the objective. So let's see, challenge mode, put down, and it'll be 1-1-1, so that's the floor for Imperia for this week. So it'll be different every week, so just keep going until you find like a big spider floor, a big bee floor, whatever you're looking for. And as you'll see, it'll be Imperia again. So, Imperia. And you just do it'll be the exact same floor since you're not completing the objective every single time. So as long as you have the challenge mode portals, you'll be fine. But other than that, it's just the fastest way to get spiders. If you find a good spider floor, you preferably want to find one with a lot. So just wait until you have a good weekly. Otherwise, look right here is good. I don't know if these enemies right here count as bees or not. It'd be nice if I get a bee frag just to see, but I don't know if they count or not. Maybe not. Who knows? Otherwise, great way to get your Hex Dragon and then get some Spinner Dragons while you're doing it. Or get some Spinner Frags while you're doing that, not Dragons. But yeah. And even while you're doing this, you're going to get some Binding Darkness just because you're killing all these enemies. Not the most common, but at least you're getting something from it. So, that's how you do the Delve Strat. Let me just complete this floor, because why not? I don't need the frags, but nice to do it. Doesn't look like I'm going to pull anything. I definitely do this on a Friday though, just because you'll get the double chance or the triple chance if you have Patreon. So, definitely way better if you do it on a Friday. see any frags. Doesn't look like it, but as you can see from the first run, I still got one of each from the first run on a Thursday. So, again, super easy way to do the delve strat. You just do the objective until you find whatever floor you're looking for. Let's even see, let me just kill this boss, honestly. See if I can get a good, like, spider floor or bee floor next. If it's not next, I'm just gonna skip, but that's just what you're looking for. Whatever dragon you're looking for, that's what you're looking for. It's a hive, so it could be a bee floor, so perfect. So if it has like 100 enemies, even more would be better. But empty rooms with creatures 5, that could be good. We'll have to see how many enemies there are. Not the best, but it's not that bad, honestly. But this is how you get your bee frags. Just go through here, kill everything, and then just don't complete the objective and walk out, put down challenge port. Probably won't pull bee frag, these are pretty rare too, like spinner, but we'll see. It's nicer to just do Tomb Raider because then as you're walking through, it'll kill everything, but if you want to make sure you kill everything, just play whoever. Speed class preferably. And yeah. That's pretty much how simple you can make this grind. You can make some of the annoying dragons pretty easy if you do it this way. You can do it with Primordial Dragon, or not Primordial, the Preserver Dragon, but you just don't really need to. The ones drop pretty frequently. Bee and Spinner are probably the two more annoying ones to worry about. Doesn't look like I'm going to pull anything, but again, these frags are pretty rare. So that's why I'm trying to emphasize you should do it on a Friday. But yeah. And then you just leave right here, don't kill the boss. I'm gonna kill the boss just because it's B. Might as well see if I can pull him out. Never mind, I didn't even complete the objective. So, I do have all 3 of the buffs, as you can see in the top left. Just so I can show them all at the same time, but this is what you're looking for the top side one. And you need the far left buff, the Sky Admiral one. These are the giants, so then once you hit it, he'll grow. Then you kill him, and there's an Irradiant Dragon Fragment, which these do get affected by Friday, so do it on Friday. And I'm in U11, so in U11 you'll get more. There's another one, but basically just walk around, kill these, hit them, they'll grow big, just kill them, and there you go. That's how you get those. Now I will skip to once I find some of the ones down here. Alright, so like right after. So basically, this is the guy you're looking for, but it's not what you're actually looking for. So you want to find the flowers. And then you shoot them, they grow big, and then once one of these guys, well, there you go. Once this guy drops from it, he will drop the frags. So kill him, and there's a foraged one. Let me kill this one. This one was also from a flower, so there's another. Now let me just not even skip. Let me just go find the last enemy. Honestly, the last one's pretty common, I feel like. I never really had too much issues with it. I'm just gonna use Lunar so I can go faster. Just like a big, like, lobster-looking guy, kind of. My world will load, please. Otherwise, as you're doing this, if you want to get both buffs, you can do the flowers and the other one, then you can multitask and look for both at the same time. Just hope I can find a Thrasher sooner than later. Or Thresher, I suppose it's called. There you go, this guy. So you shoot him, he'll grow up really big. Which again, you need the buffs for certain enemies. If you don't want to do both at the same time, just grab the one for the flower or for this one, whichever one you prefer. But that's how you get those fragments. Very simple, very straightforward.